Hi guys, Becca C. Smith here, and today I'm doing my first Plan With Me video. As you can see, I made a template for my first week of trying this. I'm doing it digitally because, as most of you know, I live in an RV for 6 months of the year, and then the other 6 months because of my husband's work, we travel around. The last couple of years, it's been Toronto. We kind of have to live a minimal lifestyle. All my books and things, they're all in storage. I can't really have notebooks around. It just adds a lot of clutter to an already kind of cluttered space. With all my sewing stuff, I'm telling you, it's yeah. This is what I designed. I actually made the border out of my book covers. I thought that would be really fun because I have a self-esteem problem and I never feel like I accomplish anything, even when I accomplish things. So I thought that the border would be a good reminder of all the things that I have accomplished. Like, I wrote all those books, dang it, and I put them out in the world, and I should be proud of that and not constantly think, what's next? What's next? What's next? But speaking of what's next, it took me a little while to do the template, but I'm really happy with it. It's adjustable. I can change the colors, but right now I'm going to stick with this layout because I really like it. And it kind of reminds me of tarot cards. The top section, those are my goals, so that's what I strive to do. But then the bottom is what I actually do, and the numbers. So if I'm writing in a book, I want to know how many chapters I've written that week, and so on and so forth. So that is the reasoning behind this particular layout. And now it's time to plan. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to plan out Monday through Friday for now because today is Sunday as I'm writing this, and honestly my only goal for today, I'll type it in. Okay, make planner template. Check, I already did it. Actually my next goal is plan for the week. And I'm doing that right now. Might be able to check 2 things off my list by the end of this video. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I like to do a lot of live write-ins during the week, including my own that I do with Hina. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Emily Has a Live on Monday. Live with Emily. Now, the next sticker I'm going to put on here is what I'm working on. And so with most lives, I'm going to stick to working on Hexsphere. I'm going to be writing Hexsphere. And then I want to be more specific. So I'm doing a live with Emily, I'm working on Hexsphere, and I am writing Hexsphere. So if I was editing something like Dream Diaries 2, I would put Dream Diaries and then editing. There, so now I have my, see how what I mean with blocks? I like doing things in blocks. I also like working in blocks, like 2-hour blocks, 1-hour blocks. That's why I like live so much too, just because I know they're a 2-hour chunk. No, we don't write the full 2 hours, but it's still, I can chunk it out, block it out of my schedule. Now you'll see I'm not going to do times because I like to be flexible with time, just because I don't know if I have to do an errand or if I have to randomly go do something. But I have enough time during the day that I can carve out the time. If I have to go somewhere in the afternoon, then I can make up for it in the evening. Next on Monday. Now, Hannah and I are editing our 3rd book, but she actually has a doctor's appointment, so we will not be able to work on our book tomorrow. So after Emily's live, I think I need to get some reading done on the forgotten female fiction book that I'm currently working on. I'm almost done, and all I need to do is finish the book. I'm gonna do a 1-hour sprint. Monday, I know I'm definitely doing the live with Emily, and I'm working on Hexsphere, and I'm writing. And then I'm definitely going to do at least a 1-hour sprint for Forgotten Female Fiction, and I'm going to read. I'm going to say the rest of my afternoon, I'm going to block out a 2-hour block here, and I am going to dedicate that to sewing. I'm not going to tell you my project, because this is personal sewing. I'm I'm making some bags for some friends, so I would like to block off some time. Now, it's probably going to go over 2 hours, but I want to at least spend a couple hours sewing. Now, that's a good 5 hours of planned time on Monday. Obviously, it can go over that, but I think I just want to plan 5 hours a day and then see what the actual time ends up being. There we go. Okay, we've got Monday. So Tuesday, bum bum bum, Hannah and I are going to work on our book. And we are going to work on, we're calling it Black Sunset based on the other 2 books we actually have released, but we do plan on changing the title of all 3 of our books. But for now, since we haven't actually done that, I'm just going to call it Black Sunset, which is what we originally were going to call the 3rd book. And we are going to be editing. I'm going to be seeing Hannah all day on Tuesday, because then we are going to be doing our live. I'm going to still stay with Hexfear. This week I'm sticking with Hexfear. Now, I was working on my fantasy novel, but I put it on hold to start on Hexfear because I was going to do this massive project and I really needed to have a book that I could write that wasn't 200,000 words like my epic fantasy is probably going to be. And so that's why I went back to Hexfear. But now I'm not sure I really want to do that project. And the fantasy I was actually on a roll with. So I kind of want to finish both. So I think I may alternate weeks. This week I'm definitely going to stick with Hexfear. But I'm going to see how I feel. If I like this planning thing, which I'm already starting to really like. So I probably will be doing this. So I may or may not start the fantasy next week. It's just hard because they're both world building books, and I found that when I was writing my fantasy that I kind of bled some of Hexfear into it, and I was like, whoa, don't want to do that. So that's why I just was like, okay, I'm just going to do Hexfear and I'm going to do the fantasy later. But now I think I can write both if I alternate weeks, especially with all these lives. There are so many lives. It's amazing. 2 hours of editing, 2 hours of writing. I know we don't write the whole live, but pretty close. And then I want to schedule another hour. Actually, I'm going to schedule another 1 hour sprint for Forgotten Female Fiction. I was going to say Read What You Sow because I am trying to work on the next Read What You Sow as well. But I really need to finish this book for Forgotten Female Fiction because I have all the bio, I have everything all done, that's all filmed, that's all done. So now it's just reading the book and then filming essentially the book review version of it. Oh, I love this. I'm really loving this, guys. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see the beauty of scheduling. It just looks visually pleasing, but it makes it feel a lot more doable, less overwhelming. We'll see what it actually, ends up being, but so far just the actual planning feels good. Now Wednesday for sure we're doing a 2 hour block. There are no lives on Wednesdays, so we plan to do our 2 hour block from 1 to 3. And just so you know, like in the mornings, I exercise, I do all my errands, I do all that stuff. So I usually start my working day around 11 or 12 and work till about 7 or 8 or more, depending on what I'm doing. But usually that's when I start. So starting our block at 1 means I probably have a couple hours before that. Actually, I'm going to put this down here because it means I'm definitely going to be doing something beforehand. I'm going to assume that I will be done with this book. So you know what? I think my 1 hour sprint is going to be on Forgotten Female Fiction, but it will be organizing my thoughts and what exactly I want to say for the book review. I know that's a big assumption, but I mean, I'm almost done with the book, so I really think 2 hours more should be not a problem. I will make sure that I am finished with that book on Wednesday so that I can do this. And I'm going to label this as write because essentially that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be writing down my thoughts so that I can better express myself when I'm talking. I don't really do a script because I'm not good at following scripts. I do sometimes do bullet points so that if it's something really important that I felt or read in the book, I want to make sure that I say it. This will be about 3 o'clock after we're done with our editing. See, this is where I'm wondering if I should get some writing done. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a 1-hour writing sprint. Okay, that is Wednesday. Well, we are cranking through the week. We are going to bring that over to here because it will be second. Because first, whoa, fireworks. That freaked me out. I don't know if it freaked you guys out. It is my favorite live of the week, besides my own with Hannah. But Emily Bourne she does 2 lives a week, and the first live is more discussion-y. We still get writing done, of course, which I love, but I just for work reasons, I do love her Thursday lives because she does the Pomodoro or whatever. I can never pronounce it. Anyway, we write for 25 minutes and we chat for 5 minutes, but I get so much work done on Thursdays on her lives. Oh my gosh. So I'm very excited about that. This is a Hexsphere week. Sometimes I find, and I'm hoping the schedule helps me, and I hope this is what it will do for me, is that I don't write every day. I sometimes just end up writing on the lives. And I want to make sure that I write at least every weekday, not on the weekends. I'm trying to relax a little on the weekends. But as you can see, it's Sunday and I'm working on a planner video, working on a plan. I'm not very good at it. But this is really fun, kind of consider it relaxing. Live with Emily, that's 2 hours, then a 2-hour block for editing. I want to plan 1 more hour to make it the 5 hours. For those of you who have read Momo, I can beat the men in gray. They can't steal my time. If I organize my time, they can't steal it. There's probably some sort of hypocrisy in that, but okay, Friday, last day of the week, because I'm not sure what I'm going to schedule for Saturdays and Sundays, but Friday, I'm pretty sure this Friday is wait a second, dun 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 dun. I am going to have to switch this 2-hour block for female fiction because I forgot it is live with Laura and Kevin, duh. I'm going to do that on Friday for sure. I'm going to do that hopefully in the morning-ish hours before I do the 2-hour block with Hannah. Thursday's gonna be a heavy writing day, so I'm wondering if I should do something else during Kevin and Laura's live. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna work on Hexsphere because their lives tend to be a little bit more chatty. It'll be great. I'm gonna write. So it's just gonna be a freaking writing day. That's just how it's gonna be. Yeah, this is gonna be a serious writing day because I'll be writing with Emily, then writing with Kevin and Laura, and then editing in the middle. So that'll be a good mixture, I think. Friday, 2-hour block, Forgotten Female Fiction Film. Friday is another 2-hour block for editing. Maybe I was going to say I should do a 1-hour writing sprint, but I don't think I'm going to feel like it. After filming for 2 hours and then editing for 2 hours, I think I'll be more inclined to, wait. You know what? I am going to write because Brooke is having her nighttime write-in. This is why it is good to schedule. See what I mean? I would have been all lost and crazy, and then I would have felt like, oh, I'm not going to do it, and I would freeze, and then I probably wouldn't do much at all. This actually separates things, which is good. Because this week we're starting our editing, Hannah and I, for Black Sunset, so I have to make sure that I set aside 2 hours every day. And I really do want to write every day, and this week I'm working on Hexsphere. I also want to work on Forgotten Female Fiction, and I also want to work on the sewing stuff. It looks like Read What You Sew will probably not happen this week. I probably won't start on that, but I'll make sure that, especially if I finish Forgotten Female Fiction, that's what I'm going to dedicate my Saturday to. If I finish an episode of Forgotten Female Fiction, then I'll be able to work completely on Read What You Sew as my YouTube project next week. It's weird because my brain is freaking out, because it's like I want to work on all these things, but looking at the schedule now, realizing there's only so much time during the day, and even looking at this, I'm seeing all the things that I need to do. I mean, really, if you think about it, with Hexsphere and writing, like I would say, like maybe that's the thing that I could, work on something else, like Read What You Sew or whatever. But those are pretty much all the lives that I'm working on Hexsphere. I'm doing the 1 hour sprint on Wednesday. So that may be the one thing that I might scrap to do something else if I'm feeling a little overwhelmed in the writing, editing kind of thing. But I'm hoping with Forgotten Female Fiction, kind of working on it almost every day, that will help break it up for me a little bit. So Saturday, I'm just going to say a 2 hour block, but we all know editing videos takes way longer than that. That's okay. I'm just going to say 2 hours because it's probably going to end up being a lot more. But that's it. That's all I'm planning for Saturday, because the rest I'll be spending time with my husband. He has to do some work too, so I'll try and make sure that I'm editing when he is working on his stuff. There we go. That is my schedule for the week. Wow, I can do this. I think I'm already seeing now. This is the thing, is my brain is already trying to figure out what I'm going to do next week to make up for what I didn't do this week. See, that's the bad, unhealthy frame of mind. I'm going to take one day at a time, and then it'll be very interesting to me what my actuals end up being. I like that I'm doing it this way because it's like, this is what I want to do during the day. This is what I think I have time for. This is how I'd like to divide my time. What does that really equate to? Do I end up working on another project? Do I end up switching? I don't think so, because lately my brain just gets overwhelmed and I haven't done as much work as I would like. By having an accountability, essentially, my actual section will be my accountability. All right, guys. Well, I hope you like my very first plan with me video. And I'm going to try and do them once a week and show you guys, like maybe start out the video showing you what I actually accomplished and then planning out the next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. It's probably going to be way too long, but thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.